Good evening, guys, gals, and non-binary pals. Thank you for coming out once again to Neville Roller Dome here for the Pittsburgh Roller Derby Undead hosting Detroit and friends. Starting out this evening, we would like to take a moment and have a moment of silence for one of our very dear members of the roller derby community. We are honoring today Barbara Montgomery, aka Sophia. We'll never forget her impact on the roller derby community and what an amazing person she was. She will be greatly missed. We will be donating the proceeds for this bout this evening to Sophia and her family. There are also some beautiful merchandise there, patches, stickers that will also be donated to her family. So let's take a moment of silence for Sophia. Thank you, everybody. We greatly appreciate it. Alrighty, and we are ready to get straight into the Derby action. Our friends, Detroit and friends, will be wearing white, while the Pittsburgh Roller Derby Undead will be wearing black with the red blood spatter accent. Quick rundown here of our rosters. We've got number 100, Dragon Body for the Undead. Number 125, Smalls. Number 1357, Hawk. Number 17, Tot. Number 172, Jackson. Number 277, Bugsy. Number 30, Ohm Wrecker. Number 333, Smashberry. Number 42, Mr. Sergai. Number 47, Mike Huncho. Number 5, Nemesis. Number 66, Hebrew. 707, Paul Barrier. Number 9, Pit Bulldozer. And number 96, Shaggy. Our action has already begun. It looks like we've got Shaggy number 96 wearing the star for the Undead. Out of the pack and the Jammer. Quickly followed by number 25, Ethan Alive. Shaggy breaks free of the pack just as Ethan Alive approaches, and Shaggy gets those 4 points and calls it off. Looks like we are going to get a timeout here. And during that timeout, I will go through the roster of Detroit and friends. We've got number 15, Muhammad Fali. Number 14, Timber. Number 2, Ringmaster. Number 25, Ethan Alive. Number 57, Slamwise Gamgees. Number 33, Kid. Number 37, Eat, Chip, and Die. Number 440, Bills. Number 76, Cutter. And number 52, Rolo Pop. If you can't be here with us in person, we are currently streaming here on our Pittsburgh Roller Derby Twitch channel. You can hear my voice live and in person or on the interwebs. Also, while we are in this, thank you, as always, to our volunteers, our referees, and non-skating officials. Those wearing stripes, we've got Medic to Rougher Song, a Carnage, Last Kicker, Lone Bone, Disco to the Box, and Jam Burglar. Non-skating officials, we've got Sarah Welch, Bionic, Mario Mean Wagon, Official Headcase, Cheshire Stats, Demore Eel, Siren Song, Pocket, Queso de Mondays. And as always, I am your announcer, Pinky Don't Darrow. Next whistle will start the jam. Wearing the star, number 277, Bugsy. And this is a happy birthday lead jam for Bugsy. Bugsy at the ripe old age of 19, hitting the track. This is the first official Undead game here today. Number 57, Slamwise Ganji at the back of the pack, being held up by a wall of Undead. Ooh, able to dance on that inside line, break free from the pack. But the birthday boy, he is lead jammer. Bugsy getting caught up in the pack there. Slamwise able to pass, pick up a couple points, and Bugsy calls it off. And on the jam line, ooh, that's number 30, Ohm Wrecker. I blinked for a second. Ohm Wrecker went up on that outside lane, picks up lead jammer. Wearing the star for Detroit and Friends. That's number 440, Bills. Bills tussling at the front of the pack with Dragon Body and Tot. Gets taken to the inside lane, dragged all the way behind. Has to reset. Oh, number 33, Kid hits Ohm Wrecker off the track. Thinks that Ohm Wrecker should return in behind him, but they were just enough out of play that Ohm Wrecker able to come in and continue racking up those points. Ohm Wrecker calling off the jam for the Pittsburgh Roller Derby Undead. Oh, and it looks like on that, number 440, Bills being sent to the penalty box. So this will be a power start for number 125, Smalls. Now, if this is your first time, a power start is when a jammer starts out unopposed. Smalls out of the pack is your lead jammer. Smalls has about 30 seconds to get around the track as quickly as possible and earn all the points, again, while unopposed. Little Smalls taking advantage of size, sneaks underneath the arm of number 2, Ringmaster. Gets out of the pack, picks up 4 points. Bill's being released from the penalty box, tries to take the outside lane, but runs into a wall of Dozer Hebrew and a Nemesis. Smalls very smartly gets those points and calls it off. All right, we're now seeing a matchup of number 96, Shaggy in the black, up against number 57, Slamwise Gamgee. Slamwise trying to take that outside lane, but a team up there of Honcho and Dragon shuts off Slamwise, takes Slamwise to the track, has to reset while Shaggy able to break free, picks up that lead jam status. Ooh, lots of tussles when pushing at the front of the pack. Shaggy able to bounce off, picks up 4 more points. Slamwise Gamgee Using that strategy, passes off the star to number 15. That's Muhammad Fali. Now, have to get that star on and position to be able to take any advantage of being the jammer. Just as Muhammad Fali gets that star placed, Shaggy calls off the jam. I don't know if I've already said it, but today's Bugsy's birthday! Number 277 Bugsy up against number 2 Ringmaster. And Bugsy, a recent graduate of Junior Roller Derby. Bugsy getting caught up on the inside line, but jukes to the out and is able to get around number 33 Kid and Robocop. Oh, and this is a power jam! Bugsy skating unopposed. Wow. Number 2 Ringmaster sits in the penalty box. Hopefully is thinking about what he did and how to correct his evil ways. Ooh, big hit there by Bills. Bugsy tries everything to stay on his feet. But again, the hit was out of play. He is able to keep going and calls off the jam. Jammers always having to be very aware where they were hit out of bounds. Have to assess and where they were in play. If any question, they have to come in behind the furthest most blocker to avoid a cut track and a sit in the penalty box. I see Nitro running at me furiously. Nitro is going to be our roving reporter here, taking the other microphone, as this is an official review. Now, again, first time watching an official review is when the captains of the teams or the coaches are questioning. Could be anything about, it could be a penalty itself, it could be a points issue. They are going to discuss and potentially have that call reviewed. If the challenge is won by the team, they retain their challenge for the remainder of the half. If they lose the review, they also lose the ability to challenge for this half. I know that we just got started here. We're about 8 minutes into this first half. There is a bunch of derby happening here in the Pittsburgh area this month. We've got April 15th and 16th. The Pittsburgh Junior Derby Brats are going to be hosting Spring Roll. The Pittsburgh Undead will be back here that following weekend. So that is going to be the 22nd, playing the Philly Hooligans. And on April 29th, the Zombies will be taking on Morgantown. Oh, and my good friend George Carnage is here to give us the skinny on that official review. Soon of it officially official. So official. Official. So official.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the official whistle.
Just anxiously anticipating that whistle.
So Detroit called the official review and whether or not their jammer had committed a back block or whether or not the blocker had skated backwards into that jammer. So we're in the midst of talking about it right now, and once Manic the Referee Song has officially blown that whistle, we'll go ahead and give the details on it.
Yes. If you don't already do so, follow Pittsburgh Roller Derby on all the socials, the Facebook, the Instagram. I believe that we're on the TikTok. We're on Twitch.
So the official review was called by Chicago's bench in regard to a back block that their jammer had been called on in the previous jam. And their question was, did the jammer commit the back block or did a undead skater skate backwards into the jammer? The back block that was actually called was not in reference to what the review was made. So that was a different action. So they will have lost that review, and we're going to move on with our game here in just a moment.
What Carnage said. Thank you, Carnage. Much appreciated. I love having an inside ref / announcer. Ready in. We've got Homewrecker donning the star. Homewrecker having to go one-on-one with number 25, Ethan Alive. Nice little tap dance around Ethan. Homewrecker out of the pack. Lead jammer. Ringmaster being released from the penalty box. Hits the pack. Having a tough time. Passes off of that star to Ethan Alive. Homewrecker with great awareness sees it happening. Gets those points. Calls the jam. Undead sitting at 49 with Detroit and Friends at 5. Whistle starts the jam. Oh, I love a good pivot start. Number 57, Slamwise Gamgee up against number 96, Shaggy. Slamwise being taken back into turn one by Honcho. Shaggy out of the pack. Now on a scoring pass. Nice little pirouette there in the outside lane. Picks up 4 points. Slamwise stuck in the pack, being dragged back again into turn one by Honcho. Slamwise trying to find daylight. Fortunate Samwise losing a little bit of momentum there, tries to complete a star pass, drops the jammer hat, has to retrieve it before it can complete the star pass. And that's just enough time for Shaggy to complete another scoring pass and call off the jam. Ten-point jam there for Shaggy. Increases the score to 59. Number 125, Smalls, like a cannon, shot off that jammer line. Didn't get touched by a single soul. Is your lead jammer for the Undead. Will takes a big hit, flies to the inside lane, gets back up, not taking any chances, and calls off the jam. Looks like we're going to have another official review. Believe that official review. Well, I know that official review was called by the Undead since Detroit just completed an official review and did not win that challenge. Hey, I'm sure you may have caught it on the way in, but be sure to check out our merch table. We've got some pretty sweet merchandise there. We've got a newer zombies design. Oh, Teacher Payne Manning merch booth. Happy to oblige and sell you some cool stuff. Pick up your Sophia patch and sticker. Help out Sophia's family. Also want to give a shout out to the bench staffs here. For Detroit Friends, we've got Adam Kenyon and Shannon Pettit. And for the Undead, we've got Kitty Black and Thunderbottom. Definitely a lot to discuss here. We've got our Zebra Dazzle going on. And if you're planners like I am, be sure to mark off your calendar for June. We will have the Dawn of the Derby Part 2 coming to you this June. It's going to be a fantastic weekend of roller derby. We'll be at the Pittsburgh Indoor Soccer Arena, and that is going to be June 23rd through the 25th. If you have any interest in becoming part of the Pittsburgh Roller Derby, we are always recruiting new skaters. We are always recruiting volunteers. We need officials, skating officials, non-skating officials. I always like to have a partner here with me announcing. My good friend George Carnage is out there roughing, so I am solo on the mic today. So if anyone ever wants to take their turn and sit here with me, I like it. Kitty Black too. Kitty Black's usually, all tied up skating there or being super official on the bench. There's lots of discussion happening here. Nitro, do you have the mic out there? Official reviews are also time for a good dance break. Only Nitro, though. This is a solo performance by your roving cameraman, Nitro. Carnage getting himself all set there.
Official review was called by the Undead bench there in regard to whether or not their jammer, number 125 Smalls, had been backblocked, or I'm sorry, high blocked, not backblocked. And when we got together, I think they're going to want us refs back out there pretty soon. When they got together, there were two skaters fighting for the same spot. There was contact by both skaters, but neither one was enough to warrant a penalty, so they will have lost that review and no call will be made.
Alrighty, so no call being made. Pittsburgh Undead loses their official review. And we are back to the action. Slamwise Gamgee wearing white with the orange star. Oh, and Slamwise Gamgee, nice little sideways maneuver out of the pack, is your lead jammer for Detroit and Friends. Ooh, a nice big maneuver there. Spin move out of the pack. 4 points for Slamwise Gamgee. Well, very uncharacteristic. Omi stuck in the pack, being taken off the track by Kid. Nice big follow hit by number 15, Muhammad Fali. Omi has to recycle back behind Muhammad Fali. Slamwise taking advantage, called off the jam. Nice momentum there by Detroit and Friends. Next whistle starts this jam. Ethan Alive up against Bugsy. Oh, Bugsy has seeing daylight. Slides right past Ringmaster, picks up your lead jam status. Ethan Alive using that zigzag motion, trying to distract, and breaks free from Smashberry out of the pack. Undead Bed furiously calling Bugsy to call it off. Undead at 63. Detroit and Friends at 11. We're just about 17 minutes left in this bout. This half. Shagging wearing the star for the Undead. Slamwise Gamgee taking on that hat again for Detroit. A little bit of that pack being split there by Shaggy. Shaggy, your lead jammer. Slamwise trying to do a little Penn and Teller distraction. Hands off that star to number 33, Kid. While Shaggy makes another pass, picks up 4 points. Oh, Kid puts on that jet. Gotta keep going. Get those points before that fourth whistle ends. Kid being sent to the penalty box. Kid in the penalty box officially as the jammer. So the Undead will have the advantage. This will be a power start for Ohm Wrecker. Oh, that reminds me of the old days of Derby. How to secure your spot at the jammer line. Just curl your entire body in front of it. It's like we need to have a little conversation on the scoreboard. Thank you to our head ref, Manic to Refer Song, always keeping everybody in check. Next whistle starts the jam. Undead starting with a little passive offense, but comes up and swarms Detroit. Does the trick, and Omi's out of the pack with a lead jam. Gotta love some fast-moving zombies. Ooh, nice attempt there by number 37. Eat, Chip, and Die, captain of Detroit. Throws a booty out there. Omi able to just squeeze right past. Picks up 4 more points. Cool big hit there. Big hand for Rolocop. Took a big hit there. Moment to get up, but we are always happy to see skaters up and off the track of their own accord. Jam starts. Still seeing the Detroit blocker or Detroit jammer in the penalty box, so Bugsy's out on the track unopposed. But I didn't quite catch it. Bugsy being called on a penalty. This is going to be the first jammer penalty for the Undead. That releases number 33, Kid. Kid still does have the opportunity to earn lead jam status for Detroit and Friends. Oh, Jackson trying to slow him down, takes him off the track. Kid just puts 1 foot out of bounds, comes in front of Jackson, and Disco calls that as a cut track. Bugsy released from the penalty box. Oh, and with the great speed, completes that initial pass. Now, since Kid was in the penalty box, or sorry, Bugsy was in the penalty box, Kid only has to serve the exact amount of time. Kid back out on the track. But Bugsy is on the scoring pass. Oh, last ditch attempt there by Nemesis. Tries to take out Kid. Kid's solid on those skates. Gets that hat atop his head and is ready to start scoring some points for Detroit. Kid able to do a little hop out of the pack, picks up 4 points. While Bugsy's still on a scoring tear. 4 more points for the Undead. Since both jammers were in a penalty box, this is going to go for the full 2 minutes. Well, when I'm hearing lots of whistles and lots of yelling, so many penalties. Number 14, Timber going to the penalty box. We've got Jackson for the Undead in the penalty box. I believe we've got number 17, Tot also. It's going to be a penalty box party. Undead down to just 2 blockers on the track. And that was an amazing jump there by number 25, Ethan Alive. Just kind of hopped over the hips of number 666 Hebrew. Oh, again, another little hop there by Ethan Alive. Picks up those points and calls off the jam. Beautiful work by Detroit and Friends, taking full advantage of that Undead blocking crew being crippled and in the penalty box. Detroit increasing their score to 26. Undead sitting at 97. Slamwise wearing the star for Detroit and Friends, while Smalls got it on again for the Undead. Well, Smalls using that side right underneath number 37, Eat, Chip, and Die. Ooh, tries to get out of the penalty box, but takes a tumble. Smalls out of the pack, but it looks like it was a no pass, no penalty, so no lead jab. Slamwise still on that initial pass. Can still earn lead jam. Undead back to full strength. Tot and Jackson released from the penalty box. Dragon opening up that inside lane. Smalls goes through, picks up 4 more points. A nice work there by Dragon Body. Complete solo effort there. Holds back Slamwise as long as Dragon can. Gets that out of play whistle. Has to let Slamwise through. Slamwise is your lead jammer for Detroit. Nice work there by the Undead blockers. Completely opens up that inside or outside lane, trapping Slamwise and letting Smalls through. Smalls taking a knee there underneath the Detroit blocker to pick up those last few points. Pittsburgh Roller Derby Undead squeaking past that century mark at 113. Detroit and Friends 28. We've got 9 minutes left in this first half. Omi wearing the star against Ethan Alive. Wow, I feel like Omi just teleported from the back of the pack to the front. Out already is lead jammer. Ethan Alive taking advantage of some penalties being called. Mr. Sergai heading off of the track. Also out of the pack. Completes that initial pass. Nice attempt there by number 47, Honcho and Hawk, trying to control Ethan Alive. Ethan Alive able to use some magic. Breaks out. Ooh, nice screen there by Ringmaster, and that looks like number 14, Timber. Gives Ethan Alive all the daylight Ethan needs. Great toe stop work by Ethan Alive. Stays on his feet. Matches Omi 4 points for 4 points. Both these jammers trying to eke out every point, but Omrecker goes ahead and calls it off. Oh, it looks like we've got a new player here in the jammer rotation. Number 15, Muhammad Fali, has done some excellent blocking so far this bout. Decides to dom the star up against number 277, Bugsy. Ooh. Nice shoulder check there by Bills. Takes Bugsy off the track in the inside lane. Has to reset. Jackson pushing on Muhammad Fali. Fali not quite sure if still in bounds, but doesn't take any chances. Recycles back. Bugsy out of the pack first, but no pass, no penalty. Not your lead jammer. Bugsy looking back, getting some assurance from his teammate Nemesis that he's okay, does not have to recycle. Bill's being sent to the penalty box. Beautiful screen there by Nemesis. Little backwards pirouette. Traps the Detroit blocker and opens up that lane for Bugsy. Bugsy picking up 4 more points. A big shout out to Nemesis, both teammate and coach to young Bugsy here. Oh, big hit from E-Chip and Die on Bugsy. Bugsy right back up, bounces off that floor. Thinking he's lead, tries to call it off, but everyone's shaking their head. Nope, 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 don't do it. Bugsy chipping away at each Detroit blocker. Kind of a little bit of pinball action there. Bounce off each one. Get that point. Nemesis controlling Muhammad Fali's here back at the back of the pack. And that whistle signals the end of this jam. Another jam where we went the full 2 minutes. Those are the moments that jammers hate their life. You want to get lead jam and be in control and call it off as soon as you can. 2 minutes turns into an eternity. Whistle starts the jam. We've got number 96, Shaggy, has daylight for days there on that inside lane. Is out, is your lead jammer. Slamwise KMG coming up a tough wall of the Undead. Gotta hate these fast-moving zombies. Nice work by Paul Barrier. Next jump landed there by Shaggy. Picks for 4 big points. Slamwise Gamgee able to break free of the pack as well. One blocker to beat. And Shaggy shaking off number 33 Kid. That is tough to do. Nice work there by Hebrew. One-on-one totally controls Slamwise until Dozer and Paul Barrier can meet up at the front and close off Slamwise. Oh, while Shaggy using that distraction and just keeps racking up the points. What looks like Slamwise being called on a penalty. This is now a power jam for the Undead. Shaggy continuing to one-on-one with Bills. One little chest bounce off of Bills. Picks up 4 more points. Kid taps Shaggy, takes him out of bounds. Shaggy's got to come back in behind. Rolls back into turn 4. Loses a little position, but Shaggy waits it out. Slamwise gets released from the penalty box, and that's the end of the jam. Nice clock management there by Pittsburgh Roller Derby. It looks like Detroit and friends are calling a timeout. Coach Kenyon taking a little look at the penalty or at the scoreboard. Timeouts always important. Talk a little strategy. Sometimes just take a little rest, reset. We've got two left in. Oh, no, we got a little scoreboard readjustment. We've got 2 minutes, 33 seconds left in this first half. We still have 30 more minutes of Derby to go. Undead sitting at 176. Detroit Friends at 44. Thank you to our volunteers. Track maintenance is very important. Our friends from the Pittsburgh Derby Brats helping us out today. Extreme close-up on track maintenance. Look us feeling the pressure. And the jam has started. Homewrecker wearing the star. For the Undead, Ethan Alive wearing the star again. Oh, and we've got whistles all over the place. It's like our officials called off that jam and sending Captain Hit Bulldozer to the penalty box. I believe that might have been that we had too many skaters on the track. And when that occurs, the penalty will go to the captain of the offending team. We're going to reset here. Still same jammers. Number 30, Omewrecker in the black and red. Number 25, Ethan Alive in the white with orange. Ooh, I heard that one. I felt that one in my soul. Omewrecker jumps through the blockers. At the front of the pack is your lead jammer. Ethan Alive still trying to find a path of least resistance. Always find that path when you've got Dragon Body and Honcho to get through. Well, Honcho sending Ethan Alive into the air and off the track. Ethan Alive has to come back in behind attack in turn 2, but Omewrecker being sent off the track on a cut track penalty. This will be a power jam for Ethan Alive. Ready, it looks like we've got Cutter being sent out to the penalty box as well. Detroit down a blocker. Ethan Alive has to go one-on-one. Set there by Pitbull Dozer number 9. Ethan Alive able to shake it off. That was Ethan's initial pass. Ethan Alive getting momentum, but stopped almost cold in his track. Pitbull Dozer making those clack, clack, clacks. Yes, I'm still moving. This wall is not completely dead. While Omewrecker returns to the track, gets out of the pack, picks up 4 points. Muhammad Fali trying to play a little offense there, help out Ethan Alive. Ethan being smart, watching the clock, and waits till the timer clock expires. This may be our last jam of the half. And that would still signifies the half. Undead at 184, Detroit and Friends at 48. We're going to take a quick 15-minute intermission here. Get yourself some snacks at the snack bar. Hit up the merch booth. We appreciate you. We'll start this again real soon. Ready, we are about back to action here. Thank you to our photographer, Raymond Durkin, out there snapping some amazing photos, getting a nice shot there of our referees. Skaters lined up, ready for some action. Heading into this half with the Undead in the lead at 184. Detroit and Friends, 48. Detroit wearing white with orange accents. Undead in black with the red bloody accents. Starting this jam, number 25, Ethan Alive, up against number 96, Shaggy. Shaggy at the front of the pack, hitting a wall of white, has to be recycled behind. While Ethan Alive does a little switcheroo there, pushes the Undead blockers to the front, while Shaggy rotating here to the back. Detroit having to keep the game in play, creating that bridge, stretching out these packs, while the Undead in complete control of Ethan Alive at the front. Shaggy able to use that momentum, breaks free, is your lead jammer for the Undead. Ethan Alive working hard, putting everything into it, has that wall that just is currently unbreakable. The Captain Eat, Chip, and Die pushes that wall out. Ethan's still trying to find just the smallest break to get out of this pack, while Shaggy out there racking up the points. Chip putting a hit on Shaggy. Shaggy staying on 1 foot, staying in bounds, picks up 4 more points for the Undead. Mike Concho playing defense there, or offense there for the Undead. Helps push that Detroit pack out of play, has to let Shaggy through. Calls off the jam. And the Undead sitting at 200 with Detroit and Friends at 48. Bugsy up again on the line against Slamwise. Slamwise breaking free first. Slamwise is your lead jammer for Detroit. Slamwise picking up speed, trying to overpower this wall of Undead. Sees Bugsy coming up, calls it off, stays in control. Number 2, Ringmaster donning the star with Ohmwrecker. Once again, splits the pack. Is out, is your lead jammer. Who has a complete clear path on that inside lane. Little hop out of pack, picks up 4 more points. Ringmaster stuck at the back, being controlled by Dragon Body. Last dividend there by Bills. Looks like Bill's being called off the track on a penalty. Homewrecker picks up 4 more points. Oh, that was an amazing little roll off of number 52, Robocop. 4 points for Homewrecker, and I don't know, I feel like 4 points for Style. Homewrecker side surfs, slides past the Detroit Blockers, picks up 4 more points. This is a big Undead jam. Dragon Body pushing number 37, Eat, Chip, and Die off to the infield. While Homewrecker swings around, 4 more points, piles on. Eat, Chip, and Die, Bulls goes over Smashberry. Gets out of that pack. Officially puts that star on. Homewrecker slows it down, takes a look, calls off the jam. We'll get a little change up here in the jammer rotation. Number 5, Nemesis, puts on the star. Slamwise Gamgee back in familiar position. Oh, but Nemesis being called off the track for a penalty. This is going to be a power start, power jam here for Slamwise. Trying to play some offense and help Slamwise. Takes himself out, does a little barrel roll there. Slamwise finally out of the pack. Is your lead jammer. Fortunately, it took basically that full 30 seconds. Nemesis released from the penalty box, plays a little jammer on jammer action, takes Slamwise out under the blockers, and is out of the pack. Nemesis with the fire flying through the pack. Slamwise sees him coming and calls it off. Wasn't too bad for an old guy. Five seconds, and we will start this next jam with Muhammad Fali taking on Shaggy. Shaggy, your lead jammer. Muhammad Fali trying to get out of that tripod. Combo of Mr. Sir Guy and Smashberry. Keep him in check. But Shaggy goes to the penalty box. So we now have a power jam for Muhammad Fali. Muhammad not lead jammer, so this will go for the full 2 minutes. Undead defense trying to keep this flow. Burn some time. Get Shaggy out of the penalty box. Shaggy back out on the track. Both jammers in scoring positions. Well, no Ringmaster going off the track for a back block. So we've got one Undead blocker and one Detroit blocker in the penalty box. Like to keep things even here, 3 and 3. Oh, nice little side serve there by Muhammad Fali's around Dragon Body. Picks up 4 points. But Shaggy matches Muhammad with 4. Jammer action. Muhammad slows Shaggy down, but Shaggy able to reset. Gets back quickly into scoring position and picks up 4 more points. And that is the jam. Hey, everybody, let's give a big shout out to Detroit and Friends. They came all the way here with 10 skaters. They are skating their tails off, working as hard as possible, not getting breaks here, and they are kicking some booty. Looks like we have a timeout here. Our zebras are dazzling. It looks like we have a request from the Derby Brats to get Captain Dozer, coach of the Derby Brats, to put on that star and jam. Dozer's like, no, absolutely not. It doesn't matter how far ahead we are. I know I personally vote for a Hebrew jam. Oh no, it looks like part of that discussion was Shaggy being sent to the penalty box. So this is a power start for Ethan Alive and Detroit and Friends. Ooh, Ethan Alive having a nice start there, but gets taken off his feet by Jackson. Jackson using Tot as a battering ram, pushes Ethan Alive to the inside. Ethan Alive again using the zigzag motion, is able to get out of the pack. Is your lead jammer. Isn't that the strategy with crocodiles? Crocodiles coming at you, you go side to side because they can't adjust. Shaggy release for the penalty box, back out on the track. Ethan Alive finding himself behind that wall again of Jackson Tot and anchored by Dozer. Well, number 33, Kid, pushes Shaggy to the outside. Shaggy has to recycle back in turn 1. 1-on-1. Dozer out of play. Has to let Ethan Alive go. Ethan picks up 4 points. Shaggy gaining speed. Ethan Alive watching for him. And just as Shaggy passes those hips, Ethan taps his, calls off the jam. All right. And in the second half, all official reviews have reset. Coach Adam Kenyon putting those hands together in the O formation, requesting to have a conversation here, challenging something with our referees. Captains and coaches joining that zebra huddle. And thanks to all the folks that hit up that merch booth. I know I walked past and it was pandemonium, so I hope you got some great goodies to take home with you. Again, make sure to pick up a Sophia patch or sticker. We want to give as much money as we possibly can to her family. She was a very important member of the Derby community. We're sad at her passing. See some hands in the air. I feel like Adam may have been victorious there. George Carnage coming to tell us the details.
Denver calling whether or not a out of play block should be called because there was an out of or a no pack definite or no pack called by the referees, and then there was a block initiated during that no pack, so that will put one of the Undead skaters in the box.
Alrighty, so Detroit winning that review. Number 17, Top going to the penalty box. We are back on with our next jam. We see Bugsy with the star. Oh, nice there. I love to hear that little cut and screech of wheels on hardwood. Bugsy, your lead jammer, followed hot and heavy by Eat, Chip, and Die. Number 14, Timber, trying to take Bugsy off the track. Oh no, Bugsy being called on a penalty. This is going to be a power jam for Eat, Chip, and Die. Hey, speaking of eating chips and maybe giant pretzels, join us at Paradise Bowl. The conclusion of this roller derby bout.
Hashtag Hot Pockets.
Okay. That was a little too much for me there, Nitro. Ooh, and here we go. Bugsy back out on the track. Stealthy birthday boy on the track, picking up 4 more points. Oh, looks like number 14, Timber, being called on a direction of gameplay. So that means that Timber possibly stepped into a hit while being backwards. That appears to be the end of this jam. Undead at 256. Detroit and Friends at 73. Oh, Homewrecker is your lead jammer. Slamwise, Gamgee. Stuck. Lots of tall blockers. Trying to get around them, see over them. Looking for some help, some offense. Possibly a star pass. Oh, but again, it's magic. It's misdirection. Took that star off. Made it look like she was passing it to Kid. Got out of the pack, put that star right back on. Nice little hop out of the pack there for Slamwise. Picks up 4 points. Worker up on toe stops. Is able to split the difference there between Kid and Cutter. Picks up 4 more points. Who looks like Omar maybe got caught up there with his own teammate. Went down and took that as the sign to call off the jam. It's like we've
Track maintenance.
had managed refer song, reaching out to our pals on the Pittsburgh Derby Rats to come out and do some track maintenance. And it's going to actually turn into a timeout. Mr. Surgai, he's ready to go. Keep that momentum, bouncing on those toe stops. Getting very, Tigger vibes. Do we have any towels? I think that we have maybe wet trap. Got to clean that up. That's not safe if we've got hazards on the track. Don't forget that Derby, that the month of April is Derby packed. We're going to take next weekend off, but join the Pittsburgh Derby Rats at Spring Roll on April 15th and 16th. Head on back here to Neville Rollerdrome on the 22nd when the Pittsburgh Roller Derby Undead take on the Philly Hooligans. And then we've got, again, here at Pittsburgh, at Neville Rollerdrome on the 29th, the Pittsburgh Roller Derby Zombies will be playing Morgantown Roller Derby.
It's 6:54.
We are ready to get back here to action. This starts the jam. Oh! And there we go. That's what we'd like to see. Number 25, Ethan Alive. Shot out like a rocket out of that pack. The jammer for the Detroit Friends. Oh, nice again work there. Lots of motivation. Fired up by Ethan Alive. 4 big points for Detroit. Shaggy answering Ethan with 4 more points. Oh, Ethan Alive able to find that opening on that inside lane. Little hop around to number 25 Smalls. Picks up 4 more points. Feel like the pre-workout just kicked in. Ethan Alive sees Shaggy coming up and calls off the jam. Ready, the whistle starts this jam. Slamwise, Gamgee, number 57. Bugsy, number 277. Bugsy, fast feet out of that pack. On fire, lead jammer for the Undead. Slamwise not far behind. Blue Bill's trying to take one more hit on Bugsy. Bugsy dips past, picks up 4 more points. Slamwise going one-on-one with Hebrew. Hebrew, great control. Oh, but Hebrew being called on a forearm. Gets sent off the track. Great resetting there by Hawk and Tot. Still has Slamwise under control, while Bugsy takes out the front of the pack and picks up 4 more points. Bugsy doing some pick and rolls, rolling off the backs of Detroit, trying to find the best opening. Oh, rolls off, takes down Timber, and is at the pack as your lead jammer with 4 more points. Dragon Body, Dragon Back number 76, Cutter. Cutter taking that star pass. Puts that hat on, is in official capacity as the jammer now for Detroit. While Bugsy's out for 4 more points. Oh, and that signifies the end of the jam. Pittsburgh will be Undead 302 points to Detroit and Friends 95.
Let's hear it for your Pittsburgh.
I like that. Get it? Oh. Starts the jam. Nitro's out there in the middle of it, the thick of it. Has to get off the track so that Wrecker and Muhammad Faliz can do their thing as the jammers. Oh, Wrecker being sent to the penalty box. This is going to be a power jam for Muhammad Faliz. Muhammad now out of the pack. Your lead jammer. Asking for some passive offense there by his teammates. Muhammad out of the pack, picks up 4 points and calls off the jam. Smart move there. Omrecker still in the penalty box. We're going to get a power start here for Detroit. When you see a jammer standing in the penalty box, that indicates that they have 10 seconds or less left in that penalty. So Cutter has to make quick work of this. Looks like we're in a timeout. Head ref, managed ref song having some conversations with our penalty box keepers. Thank you to those non-skating officials keeping time, keeping track of all those skaters in and out of the penalty box. Thank you to our folks at the scorekeepers table. Throw up that pinwheel! My big mouth hot air blowing my pinwheel. That are trying to get out of this pack first, earn lead jammer status, but Omrecker released from the penalty box. Quick feet out first is lead jammer. Ooh, lots of action happening there. Big cluster. Ooh, beautiful hit by Kid. Sends Omi sailing. I don't know, I think Omi may have touched the disco ball on that one. But we have a star pass there. Ethan alive. Back with the hat. Picks up 4 points. Homewrecker has also picked up 4 points, but is in the lead. Ethan alive, tapping those hips, thinking that he's lead, but he unfortunately is not. Now, one little roller derby statistic is if you are the jammer and you pass off that star, you no longer are lead jammer. But now we do have a power jam. Omrecker being sent to the penalty box. So is Ethan Live being called on a cut track. As soon as Ethan Alive's butt hits that seat, it releases Omrecker. And Ethan will only have to serve the same amount of time that Omrecker had served. Honcho trying to open up the middle. But all those whistles signify the end of that jam. We are under 7.5 minutes left in this game. Detroit and friends have passed the century mark. We're at 106 to 312. All of those 106 points have been very hardly fought for. And we've got another lead jam for the Pittsburgh Roller Derby Undead. Number 125, Smalls. Slamwise Gamgee makes it to the front of the pack, but there is a horde of Undead. Muhammad Fali trying to find a way to break that up. Takes out a blocker, but that's just enough for Smalls to break underneath those blockers and picks up 4 more points for the Undead. I believe that Muhammad being called on a track cut, heading to the penalty box. Slamwise thinks that there's an opening on that inside lane, but gets shut down by Mr. Sergai, Nemesis, and Smashberry. And they open the door, let Smalls through, and close it back. Nice teamwork there by the Undead. Clearing out that inside lane, making it easier for Smalls. Smalls picks up 4 points. Slamwise still trying to find any bit of opening. Somebody being called on a back block. Oh, it's Smalls, number 25, Small. 125 Smalls being called on a back block. Heading to the penalty box. This is an opportunity for Slamwise. Slamwise has taken a beating here in this jam. And unfortunately, the jam has expired. But this next jam will start as a power start for Detroit. Detroit calling an official review. Coach Adam Kenyon, also known as AK-40 ounce. My standard submission sent bringing to the route was given in its order. Stated the half loud, ignoring the call for the travel. It's sort of like this. What exactly is the second? Like
From my perspective, it seems like it's when you realize that he had got something here. Not that it's bigger than a frame.
It's like we're having some discussions here.
Baseball was attacking Vernon. Okay, great.
Referees are going to dazzle up, have a conversation, discuss what the concerns of the Detroit bench are. I see a one-man dance party there in the penalty box. Give it up for Muhammad Fali. Got to make a best of that penalty.
Can I get time for? I just want to make sure we're not running up here. No, not. I mean, time. Real time. Real time. 7:10. Okay. 6:30. We want to be wrapped up exceeding.
I don't know that we've given enough credit. Shout out to Nitro and our AV crew here, streaming this, getting us all set up on Twitch, trying to get all of this worked out and perfect so that we can stream each and every one of our bouts here at Neville Rollerdrome and also bring you Dawn of the Derby Part 2. And hey, if you have it and you're willing, sign up to be a skating official, a non-skating official, or even an announcer for our Dawn of the Derby tournament. We need all the help we can get to bring this amazing sport to the masses.
Okay, official review was called by Detroit. They were questioning whether or not a insubordination had occurred by the black jammer number 125 Smalls, due to Smalls having made almost a full lap around the track. When our officials got together, they did decide that yes, with multiple referees calling that penalty, she did not exit the track quickly. So a second penalty will be assessed to Smalls, and we will move on with our game, and they will have won that review.
Alrighty, thank you again, George Carnage, for that explanation. So, Smalls being called on that penalty, did not react and leave the track in a timely fashion. It's going to be suffering a second penalty, so that'll be 1 full minute in the penalty box. This gives Detroit a great opportunity. Number 76, Cutter. Power starts. But we have a very motivated horde of Undead, all wanting to stop Detroit. I believe that was Jackson taking Cutter off the track. Cutter has to come in behind the furthest most blocker. Oh, nice there work there by Bills. Bills slowly pushes Poncho away from that outside lane. But just in time for Smalls to be released from that penalty box, serving that full minute. And with speed, Smalls is out of the pack first. Is your lead jammer. Smalls with a little bit of matrix maneuvering there. Rolling off the back of number 440 Bills. Small out of the pack, picks up 4 more points. Smalls with speed. Does a little hop around number 76 Cutter. Smalls not exactly sure what's happening. Oh, Smalls being called to the penalty box again. Back to a power jam for Detroit. We have had a successful star pass. Cutter to number 15, Muhammad Fali. Back to another power start. Number 37, Chip and Die, wearing the star. Looks like we had a whistle calling that jam dead. Not sure. Looks like there's some confusion out on the track. Bionic having to have a little chat with our scoreboard, putting some time back on the clock. Coach Kenyon asking a couple questions there. And we are ready to start. Captain Chip and I wearing the star on a power start for Detroit. Chip and I having to take on the entire blocking crew of the Undead. Finds an opening. Excuse me, musters up some speed and is taken to the infield. Has to recycle to the back of the pack. While Smalls is released from the penalty box. Oh, big hit there by Mr. Sergai. Takes Chip and I off his skates. Nice work there, one-on-one by Ethan Alive up against Nemesis. Nemesis taking that star. Nemesis with fresh jammer legs. Following behind offensive blocking by number 66 Hebrew. Nemesis picks up 4 points. Also another star pass. Captain Chip and I hands it off to Ethan Alive. Ethan Alive along that outside lane. Picks up 4 points. Oh, nice one-footed attempt to stay inbounds. Nemesis has gravity against him. Goes out bounds. Has to come in behind the pack. While Ethan Alive takes full advantage. Picks up 4 more points. Both jammers slowing up. Ethan Alive, a little hop there on the apex. Gets 4 big points for Detroit. Oh no, Nemesis being called off on a penalty. This will be a power jam. But we are at the end of the jam. And Coach Kenyon calling a timeout with just 3 seconds left in the game. This will get us 1 more jam. That was our signal. We're done. Scoreboard's off. Timer is over. Whether you want to play or not, now it's done. Everyone at the score table was like, I didn't do it. It wasn't me. I'm not in control of anything. Listen, they just bring me here to talk about roller derby. There's so much suspense. Waiting, anticipating. It's an anticipation. Number 57, Slimewise Gamgee. Power start for the last jam of this bout. Slimewise up the pack is your lead jammer for Detroit, friends. Slimewise picking up another scoring pass, 4 points for Detroit. Menace is still in the penalty box. Slimewise trying to power past Mr. Surgai and Dragon Body. Nemesis makes it on that initial pass. Ready to score. Speeds right through that inside lane. Picks up 4 points. My God, it's so exciting. I'm losing my voice here in this last few moments. Mr. Surgai shaking up number 33 Kid and number 14 Timber. Picks up 4 points for the Undead. Slimewise Gamgee getting stuck underneath number 17 Tot. And pulls off the chest. Big hand for Slimewise Gamgee in those last few moments. Our unofficial score, number 362 for the Undead, 126 for Detroit and friends. We will wait for the official. And I will also be asking each team to please visit me here at the announcer table and provide me with your MVPs. We have some sweet MVP plaques, MVP Jammer, MVP Blocker. Thank you again to Kitty Black for always making our amazing MVP awards. I'm being approached by AK-40 ounce.
Jammer and show blocker.
Perfect, thank you. Thank you, Detroit. Yeah, everybody get out there. I'm running. Nice game. Nice game.
Thank you, announcer.
Job. Nice game, guys. Nice job, Shaggy. Good job. Kitty. It's in the bottom. Woohoo! All right, let's get a lap from Detroit. Thank you so much for coming here. 10 players, Undead. Again, thank you to our volunteers, our skating referees, our NSOs. We couldn't do it without you. Nice game. Good job. Way to kill it, guys. Nice game.
Thank you.
Woohoo! Nice job,
Very much.
Nice job. Way to kill it out there, guys. Nice job. Alrighty. The votes have been tallied. I have your MVPs. All right, and I believe that whistle made it officially official. Your winners this evening are the Pittsburgh Roller Derby Undead at 364, Detroit and Friends 126. Already, and for our visiting skaters, your MVP blocker, number 15, Mohammed Ali. Your MVP jammer, number 25, Ethan Alive. And for your home team, the Pittsburgh Roller Derby Undead, your MVP blocker, number 47, Hunter. And your MVP jammer, number 96, Shaggy. I'm delivering awards as George Carnage takes me out. There you go. I don't have anybody to be Vanna White for me. You're welcome. Nice jobs, guys. Thank you again, everybody, for coming out this evening. Join us again here on April 22nd. And if you're so inclined, meet us over at the Paradise Bowl. I love you, Teach.